Hello, lovely people. Welcome to yet another stream from the monthly live game development updates of Scars of Honor. I'm gonna be your host today, as usual, and we have some lovely guests which I cannot wait to show you. Before we begin, all of our previous episodes you can see on our YouTube channel at Scars of Honor. And of course, as my lovely crew already stated here in the chat, you can download the game because today we're going to be making a big stress test. So if you would like to join us, play the game for free, now is your chance to do it. And also, I want to say that we have two new milestones that we have achieved throughout the past 1 month. First one of which is nearly 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we have over 15,000 members in our Discord channel. Thank you for all of the love. Thank you for being with us throughout this period of time. It is absolutely incredible with all the support and everything happening around us. With no further ado, I'm gonna jump and show you the guests. Hello there, Veni. Hello, Abo.
Hello again.
Oh,
It is that time of the month, and we are excited to have a special stream today with you guys. But before we jump into the lovely thing that we have prepared for you on this stream, we would like to take a moment, just a little bit, to explain what is coming for us, what are we cooking together with the team, where our focus is. So without further ado, let's start with that and then we will go to the important part. But before we go, I would like to invite everybody just to follow the link that is going to be shared in the Twitch and YouTube and everywhere we stream at the moment. We're going to share a link. So navigate there, make sure you follow the instructions which you're going to see on that download link. Install the game, and in several minutes we're gonna open up the servers for pretty much everyone. We're gonna have amazing time together. We're gonna have some great PvP, so hopefully we enjoy. But before we do that, I would like to take a moment to discuss with Abu our next milestone that we are preparing, because we know very well that MMORPG with PvP only is not true MMORPG. So what you can imagine, PvE is coming next to Scars of Honor, and we are having some amazing ideas that we were brainstorming with the team, how we can proceed, how we can create meaningful AI. But without further ado, let me give the word to Abu to explain a little bit about how are we preparing for all the encounters in Scars of Honor about the PvE side of things.
yes. As many pointed out last time, PvE is very important to an MMO. I know that we've seen the we've seen the chat and we've seen the comments, and many of you are waiting for the PvE content. And while it's all good to shard each other on the morning pass, you guys are craving for the dungeons, the enemies, the monsters, all the juicy parts where you team up together against greater odds. As we mentioned last time, in order to do so, we need to do some serious refactor and upgrade our technology to be up to the task. We have been overhauling the whole project, of course, and the AI and enemies are no exception. As the combat is being upgraded and improved, you've seen an inkling of it, of course, in the PvP test. See it tonight if you actually come and play with us on the stress test. We also need to, of course, upgrade the responsiveness of creatures, and AI is the first thing that we need to make sure that is up to the task. The system that we're creating pretty much is, to put it super simply, a list of instructions. Every instruction has own conditions, its own parameters, and depending on the parameters, we want to create different responses. Of course, the imperative is that the AI should be as responsive as possible. It should be as modular as possible, which means that we're creating pretty much a block based. Let
Yeah.
me give you an example. It's probably easier to just say one of the possible combination. So let's say that you have a condition, the condition being X players within range. All right, very simple condition. Now we can make a lot of interesting things using this condition. One of them could be, if we want an enemy that is a mage or perhaps a dark warlock, we want that if you have more than 5 players that are above 50% HP, within 3 meters, we cast a mass debuff on all of the enemies. Or it could be actually the opposite. Imagine that you have 2 lesser creatures next to the boss, 2 adds, and if the boss is below 70% HP, they will start casting heals and buffs and defensive shields. We can also have spatial awareness, which is something that we're working on. So let's say we have more than 5 players on the back of the enemy, and the enemy is a big dragon, a la Onyxia. Tails wipe triggers. Aha, you wanted to get behind the dragon? No, you don't.
You think you do, but you don't.
Exactly. You think, like, to quote the immortal words of the wise people. This is the way we're working on AI. The idea, of course, is to make it easy to iterate, and we can expand it quickly, so we can produce a lot of enemies and bosses. Of course, with our combat system, we have some pretty spiffy features. Let's say that, for instance, our spell system supports dynamic areas that we can put on the ground, which means that perhaps a boss is gonna spawn, I don't know, 10 random pools on the ground, which after a few seconds a meteor will strike, and then you need to reposition your team accordingly. But at the same time, the boss is creating a massive, is charging a massive spell, which is gonna be this doom laser on the front of on its front, which means that yes, you need to reposition, but in the context of not going to the front of the enemy. This is, again, super simplified, but
Yes.
I would say this is the basic building block of what we're doing with the AI and how to make enemies responsive.
Not only that, actually. Not only that, because we are taking kind of a different approach, which allows us, the C++ developer that are making the magic behind the server and all the complicated stuff that a game designer is not supposed to know. Game designer is not a developer. He shouldn't write C++, but we are integrating a technique that is super familiar and super old in a sense, but yet simplified, which allows the game designers to script and create an AI of every single entity inside the game in their custom manner. Also, with an ability to hot reload it in real time. So basically, you can see how the behavior of the NPC, the boss, the creature in front of you changes behavior at runtime in front of you. This is very a different approach that we are taking, and we also want to make sure that yes, we have a unique server solution called Vibranium Engine, our proprietary multiplayer game engine, which allows us to create the server of Scars of Honor and maintain high numbers online. But yet again, it's also simplified for the game designers to allow them to produce a lot of content for you guys, and content that is meaningful. We always say we shouldn't be in the situation where we have combat, have NPCs, have quests, go kill 5 wolves, MMORPG done. This is a joke that we have internally.
Game of the year.
Yes, this is not what we want to achieve. But I want to say that we are going to uncover way more for our plans about PvE, dungeons, and raids in the upcoming stream. So stay tuned for that. But without further ado, I'm really happy to say we are seeing a huge number of players online. So, shall we?
I think we shall.
Indeed.
Okay.
I think we shall.
Okay, so guys, whomever is inside, what is required from you is just to make sure that you are signed for the battleground, and a queue will pop up and ask you to go there and play the game. Right now, I'm basically with the knight, and I'm prompted. The moment when you see this thing, just accept, and you wait for everybody else to accept so you can go inside and play. The whole idea of this test is basically to understand all the flows that we have in the launcher, to be honest, because we have seen a lot of feedback from the players who had troubles with installing the game, with downloading the game. So we have created several improvements for that, and basically we can see a lot more players online right now, just due to that fact, which is really good. But you need to know that Beastburst Launcher is not at its final state at the moment. It's gonna be improved quite a lot, and a lot more things will be added in as just features that improve the behavior of the launcher itself. So, what are you guys going to play, Abu?
I probably gonna go with a lore accurate best class ever, the knight.
Then let me switch to Ranger. I really love Rangers. Or I
I'm
will
gonna
go
go
with Harry Potter.
domination though. Sorry guys,
Okay.
I'm going for the dummy.
Oh, okay. Am I signed? Yes, I am. Yes, we need a little bit more players on the domination
Oh
side,
yeah,
guys.
I'm going there.
Yes. We have a lot of people already playing Battlegrounds. We have more than 100 online players, so you can imagine we have quite a lot of Battlegrounds happening just on that realm.
Oh yeah.
So for
Absolutely.
Anyway.
everybody that is watching us right now, make sure you press U and then you select Soul Queue. This will sign you for Morning Pass, and then we can engage in combat. I will also switch to domination part, because looks like domination is not really dominating, isn't it?
Hey, I'm going in. I'm like fighting for 3 people, so I'm going in. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
We got
Okay.
this. We got this.
So, guys, the whole intent of this stream tonight is basically to engage with you, to understand and receive feedback, and also to stress test the servers, the flow for obtaining the game. Okay, we
Anyway,
need one more sign for the domination, and we go. Here we are.
Nice. Good job. Good job. Didn't even get in on time.
Several more to
For
accept,
the-
and here we are. We're going to the battleground. So, guys, let's see who is in my team. Hopefully you see yourself in the stream. But guys, we need to win this. There is no other way. You are playing with the creator of the game. Do not make me look bad on the stream.
don't make
you
you look bad, because it's gonna be
Don't
very
make me look bad.
embarrassing.
Being beaten on my own game, That's not a
Exactly.
good thing. Not a good thing.
I mean, it is part for the course. We can't win
Definitely.
them all.
Definitely.
And
In the
I would say-
meantime, Abu,
Yes.
you worked a bit on the chests, which are granting soul jars, etc. We have improved quite a lot the effects on it. Can you explain a little bit what was your intent in that small overhaul in general?
Yes, I must say the real MVPs here have been the VFX team. That every time we need new cool effects, they just churn them out. I mean, those guys are roided up. I like, they always make amazing assets. So the idea for soldiers is pretty much they shouldn't they are chests, but they're actually caskets. They're like old coffins and crypts. They would simply be the souls of the fallen warriors. The Morning Pass has been a fortress for centuries, and has been the hotspot for strife and conflict for far longer than the uprising of the undead. Actually, it was a border fortress even before in the when the elves landed first on Irongarth, and therefore many souls have fallen into these grounds. Let's say their blood seeping into the ground and into the earth. Collecting their souls serves a purpose. I will not disclose this purpose yet, because there's not yet the quest here. and I don't want to spoil it. There's gonna be some. This is something that is coming, of course, later on as part of the PvE expansion of the game. As we're gonna add the quest line and storyline. Let's say the battlegrounds are not just gonna be, for the sake of it. There's gonna be some storyline attached to it. So you're participating in something that actually has bearing on the world, rather than, capture the flag for the sake of capturing the flag. But yeah, suffice to say, these are the souls of the dead warriors that have fallen into the Morning Pass in the almost 2 centuries of this area being contested between different parties. And okay, so you can see this knight could have nuked you if he had hit you with the AoE attack, but has been
Man, I'm
instant
having
cooked.
so much fun. I'm having so much fun. Playing with you
Yes.
guys is the best. It is like the dream come true. But to be honest, I understand that the life of a streamer, especially a game streamer, is definitely not the easiest as you might think, because to keep the to play the game, to be focused, to play it good, and also keep the people like engaged in communication is not really something that I understand right now that I'm not something that I'm strong at.
I don't have the mental fortitude to
Me either,
engage
me
with
either.
people and also play.
So
Uh,
this stream, I play, you speak. Next one, we switch.
Yes. Yes.
Sure,
yes.
sure. That sounds about right. Well, it's
be
all about the
honest-
muscle memory. Too. Like you gotta get used to the muscle memory and everything, and then you're gonna like look at the chat and then just do everything.
Yes.
I'm
Although
going destroyed here. I'm going to be destroyed.
I mean, man, you're rushing alone against what's
I
like
think I'm
3
a knight
enemies.
while I'm a mage.
Yes, you're still
That's
like
not the
playing
game,
like a knight.
I'm always
Um,
I'm always joking with the team that I want my warrior class back, and whatever I take, like if I take mage or I take anything else, I play always like I'm a warrior.
yeah, but we're gonna make we're making the warrior as well, of course.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be as bulky and as ignorant as it should be. Um, Speaking of which, of course, this is being this is a good moment to talk about the fact that, of course, what you have seen in the test, both BGS and the public test, is not final in terms of class, in terms of how the classes play and how the spells are. This was extremely valuable data for us, but this is like the tip of the iceberg for combat. There's so much more that is coming when it comes to in regards of combat.
Definitely.
For once, mobility is gonna be important for almost every class to different extents, but it's gonna be important for every class.
Oh my god! Did you see what I
you
did?
dished out insane damage.
Definitely.
But like, shouldn't you guys also do the objectives? Because I feel like the Sacred Order is focusing on that.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh!
Oof.
That hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt a lot.
Was that a Phoenix Strike? I just
Yeah,
saw you
Phoenix Strike, and I was
disappear.
like 10-20 HP, so I got destroyed. Somebody from the stream destroyed me. You can be proud.
Nice. Yes. Absolutely. But yeah,
they're
I mean,
good, Vinny. They're good. Like I'm
also-
being destroyed here as well. Like, Allah.
No.
you guys are not playing in the same battleground.
No,
are
we
Yeah,
are
we're
not,
several
no.
different. Yes, we're
Yeah,
several
on
different
different ones.
battlegrounds.
I must say, this is holding very well so far. I don't want to jinx it.
Of course,
but
don't.
it's what could possibly go wrong?
In
the
a playoff
server-
state of a game.
It's always the moment that you breathe a sigh of relief. Yeah, it's going very
Yeah,
well, and then it explodes on you.
Everything is fine. No,
yes.
to be honest, this is extremely good result because we have several games, and they're like not several, but quite a lot. And my latency is like 38, which is kudos to the people that make the server. Kudos.
Whoever, the mysterious dashing rogue.
Whoever made it, great job.
Exactly.
No, this
That
is
genius
actually
mind.
a very important thing to address, that we are not creating Scars of Honor using, for example, Unreal Engine, pretending or a Unity, as pretending this is gonna be sufficient for a server solution. These engines are created primarily to render beautiful graphics. If you have to say one thing that they are good about, this is visuals, and they are created for the visuals. But server, the most important thing about one server is not the visuals of the game. It is the performance, how many players you can handle, etc. How many of them can work in parallel without troubling each other. These things cannot be achieved while you use Unreal or Unity the way they should be to make an MMORPG server. So I'm really happy and proud of what we have achieved on that field. Of course, the graphical side and the magic that Abu did with the team, this is what invites people inside the game. But if you go inside the game and it is super laggy, or it is like unplayable, characters are not moving or anything like this, doesn't matter what kind of the gameplay part is not responding the way it should, you basically just go out. Nothing of what you, Abu, did and the whole art team did will make sense if the servers and the tech behind does not respond well, you know?
Absolutely. But yeah, it is the backbone. If what we are making in the art team is the sales and
win!
you?
Congrats, guys!
Oh,
Congrats.
Very,
to be
very,
honest,
very good.
I really need to change that victory graphic. It looks like it's from Clash of Clans, to be honest. Like the one with but I would say it's unreal to see like all of these people just going around in the streets. You know, I think it's. I mean, making an MMO is easily the most technically challenging endeavor of all the game development.
I loved how you started. Easily the most challenging.
It's easily the hardest. It's hardly the easiest.
Yes.
But English.
I'll switch to something else in the meantime.
Yes. No, but I think it's also the most satisfying to just see the world come alive with players. It's difficult for me. It's difficult to describe, but just looking at all the people going around and doing their thing, it makes like it really breathes actual life into the world that you created. Besides, you know, NPCs and whatnot.
Definitely.
What are these glowing things on the ground, by the way?
Probably.
Which glowing things?
Oh yes,
I see some glowing orbs.
I think that this is a leftover that happens from a bug from the Battleground that we probably need to look at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be an alpha without bugs.
Of course. Definitely.
I mean, it wouldn't be a game without bugs. I haven't seen a bug-free game in a good while.
No, yeah. But hey, it looks beautiful. Like, it's a nice addition to the environment if you look at it.
Yeah, it's
like a little lost souls lingering there in the dark.
You know what? That does look good.
I know.
So we can take the bug and we can make it a feature.
It's not a bug, it's a feature, guys.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, this could be an interesting environmental effect. Like, not like this, but definitely gonna think about it. Speaking of environment, of course, as we anticipated, our next big focus is gonna be PvE. That also means that we're expanding a lot of environment. A lot of people changed. Just a second. There's a good question. Will there be an option to change appearance after the character creation is done?
Definitely a good question, but to be honest, we haven't planned at that stage because we have so many things to resolve and to create before we delve into such future. To be honest, I don't think it's gonna be that hard to be created. It's definitely doable, but for now it is not really something that we actually plan to do in the near future, if I might say it that way.
I think it is doable though. It's
Definitely.
not technically impossible.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
so yeah, no, sorry. Going back to the environment. So as I said, a lot of people decried the last time that they wanted to explore the world a bit more. Um, the next big chunk of of update will most likely feature environment open. I don't want to bind myself to the open world, and I explain why. Because open world means the entire continent 100% usable, which is a lot. But let's say that there's gonna be some PvE and some exploration available in the next patch. Also because, at least in the next big update, also because I would say that as we're focusing on PvE, we need to create places for you to hunt, to find enemies, to slay monsters, etc., etc., to have encounters, which also means that we're working on interiors.
Oh yeah.
A few people have been asking about interiors of buildings because so far every building is closed. And I already answered this question before, but it's good to say that we're right now working on creating an interior system for several buildings. Starting from the most important building of all, the one that has to have absolutely an interior, which is the tavern. Because what is an adventure? How
What is an
adventurous
MMO
can
without a tavern? Yeah.
exactly. How can you
Exactly.
do your ERP in the upper floor of the tavern without a tavern? Of course, you need. I know what you've been doing in the rooms of Lion Pride Inn. You degenerates. I know what you did there.
We all
Uh,
know what you did there.
and yes, you will do it again. I know that you will do it again. That's why we're preparing some very cozy rooms for you, and all of that. Um, but yeah, we need an or. I think we're gonna have regional servers because a lot of people are
Oh
asking about.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, right
Right
now for
now,
testing.
definitely.
Yeah, please go
Right
ahead.
now, for this exact test right now, this is the Europe-based server. But on the test that we had, the public test that we had earlier this month, we had a Latin America server, which was basically used for everybody in that region. And we plan to extend even more the moment when we see a lot more players online at that stage. Right now, because of the time zone of just the stream, it makes more sense to enable the Europe one for everyone. So if right now you're connecting from some other places like Americas or let's say Australia, you might not have the best connection to the server, but everybody from Europe should be handled at this stream right now perfectly fine. So let us know, by the way, guys. Let us know in the chat how much is your current latency. You can observe it at the lower right corner above the glowing combat icon. Let us know in the chat. This is important for us. And by the
253
way,
from Sao
always,
Paulo.
yes, always, by the way, when you provide how much latency you have, when you write it in the chat, let us know from which country you are. This is very important. Okay, great results I'm seeing over here at the chat. 25 from Denmark. Nice,
Nice.
nice. Amazing.
Yeah,
NA? Yeah, yeah.
around the 200 ms mark from North America checks out. Unfortunately, yes, it's gonna be a bit laggy with such a latency.
But we'll got you covered. Don't worry, you'll be covered the moment when we release the game or on the next public test for sure. So this is not something that you should worry.
Yeah, I mean, part of this test is to have everyone on the same server to try and
Yeah.
also stress test is a bit. So it was a bit counterintuitive counterproductive to split the servers by regions. But yeah, later on this is gonna change, of course.
Definitely. So, Abu, I really like what you did with the Infernal Demon, and especially how it came up from the first time. I really love, by the way, the outfit that you have prepared for the ranger for this iteration of the tests and the Battleground. But we had a meeting with you and our team, and we have decided that we're gonna improve some of the current models. Can you talk us a
Yes.
little bit about what are we doing there, for which races, etc., and why?
Yeah. Without going too much, of course, into the nitpicky, suffice to say that what we did for the VGS was to pretty much set up 4 races, make them fully operational with a brand new pipeline, which was much experimented on the fly. Like, we were creating the pipeline as we were creating the character. This means that some of the assets were less than ideal, let's say. Like, we could have, polished them a bit more. But on top of that, we just look at how they looked in game, because of course, one thing is the concept art, one thing is the actual final rendition. This is gonna be a big, very interesting update for everybody that has been asking about a Baron. Like all the people that are interested with the Barons, including Veni. Which is their favorite race. But let's say that the Barons, to be honest, none of us was super happy with how the Barons looked in the last like how the Barons look also in this build, because they kind of looked like a bit melted Pandaren, to be honest, like half melted Pandaren.
How melted is the
No, they want to be
question?
autoplay.
How
Do you
melted
know?
were they?
10%, 20, like just a bit, like waxy melted. But so that we decided to go back to the drawing board and just rethink them a bit in terms of body structure, especially the body structure. So working on that.
We want to give them a little bit more of a threatening look than the cozy, fluffy look that they have right now.
At the end, the Baron should be more like, in terms of silhouette and shape language, should be closer to the Tauren than to the Pandaren. Like, they should be the big, strong but wise guys. Yeah, exactly. So it's the guy that doesn't easily get angry, but when he gets angry, he will fuck you up in every possible and conceivable way. That's the gist of it. So let's say that
a guy
the
that you don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
Sadly. So let's say the Barons are gonna get some major roiding up in the next iteration.
Yeah.
We also weren't super happy with a human female face, mostly because we had to rework it very quickly and the texture was hastily put together. It was less than ideal. It was serviceable, but not what we really like. We want, and this is a very important thing for us, because we need to strive is the fine balance between not making the character uncanny, not making a sex doll. Like, we need to walk a fine balance. The character has to be believable, has to be realistic, but it shouldn't be either uncanny, so it looks like not really human, but it shouldn't be the opposite way as well. Like, shouldn't look like, a Botoxed model, because you won't see a lot of Botox in a medieval fantasy setting. Unless there's magical Botox. I am not no expert on that. We should ask Tolkien what did he think about magical Botox.
We can try to implement that,
In the meantime, I'm showing you how the domination is really dominating.
Oh, we are really
having.
Oh, yeah. This is why I didn't want. I wanted the barriers to remain in the encampment.
And now I need to get away from here. See what is chasing me.
Oh, the whole server is chasing you, yeah.
Whole server is chasing me. I need to get out.
Yes. By the way, I want to address a few, one comment and one question about the game. So, one comment is about autoplay, and I absolutely understand. It makes sense. What you're saying, it makes absolutely sense, and of course, accessibility is an important aspect. This is so far something we hadn't considered, specifically the autoplay, because that's generally something that is reserved more for either idle games or
definitely
exclusively mobile games, and it tends to alienate a bit, especially the PC players, because that it feels forced upon. But I absolutely understand why you would need such a feature, and this is something that in the future we can look
Win.
into. Yes,
Guys, I'm so proud with everybody who is playing so far in my teams. We are just destroying the opposition.
yes, you are.
Great job, everyone. Great job, everyone.
No, but yeah, like this is like when it comes to accessibility, this is definitely something that we can consider later on. It's not. It's not super easy. Let's say that it's not super easy, also because the more complex the combat is, the more complex the AI is, the more complex it becomes to implement auto pathing and auto combat. Like,
Yeah.
it's not as like we would have to look at the final product and say, okay, we could implement autoplay in certain ways. Just to, like, again, it's not just because of you know, just because on principle. And
Guys,
there is,
everybody on the
yeah,
stream, let's do something memorable. Let's lay down over here on the steps and let's make a beautiful picture in front over here. Let's sit down and lay down. Everybody on the stream, come next to me and let's lay down.
I write it in the chat just in
absolutely.
case, so they can see it and the command,
Yes.
because I'm not sure if people know how to do it.
By the way, just to answer a question from Dairies TV, the mounts will have new texture for the one we already have. Some of them you already see the updates because we showed them in some previous streams and they were already with updated graphics. It goes to say that we want everything to look the same level of quality and the same level of materialization. We'll get the PBR treatment, they will get normal maps. A lot of the mounts are actually have been either been resculpted or will be resculpted to properly have the normal maps and the textures as well. So yeah, that's a given. We will try to make it as coherent as possible within the game itself. Quality of social life. Do you have any plans to implement a translator for the server? This would be interesting, actually. I think that it could be done with external implementation to an AI translation server. I don't think we thought about that yet, to be honest. But it could be interesting. Depends really on how responsive it is, because if you have to wait a few seconds for the translator to actually translate every time someone speaks,
Not
it gets
good.
a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Especially if we are to implement any sort of voice chat, that would mean that you need the voice, the speech to text, then text translation, then text to speech again. So I absolutely agree. It would be a great help for community. Absolutely agree. Let's say it's not exactly like super easy to implement. So this could be something that perhaps we can do later or post-release. This is the kind of thing that we can add later on.
Definitely. By the way, guys, let us know in the chat which is your favorite class so far. Is it the mage? Is it the knight? Is it the ranger? Because everybody loves different play styles. So let us know, what do you enjoy the most? Do you like the battle mode? Let's see who gets the most of the votes. Is
We
it
have two
ranger?
rangers. We have two rangers. Yes, I'm a ranger too. Let's go. Let's go. Then we have a mage as well. It is lovely, but it's also pretty deadly if you ask me. Like, you have no clue how many times I've been frozen to death. Like,
Warrior.
Wait,
Warrior,
yes.
I agree.
Somebody
I
freezes
agree.
me. Somebody freezes me. Then the warrior comes in and wipes everything. Like, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah. By the way, to answer Tech Green, and the difficulty here and what you're seeing now, it's like nowhere tuned. First of all. Second, we need to see how this is gonna play out with more hybrid classes, like means with subclasses. It's gonna play out with the rework spell, with rework numbers. There's a lot still that needs to be done. This is a very early test. That said, yes, the ranger can be a bit busted if you know how to use it. I think that's like it's very right now it's easy to get the upper hand if you understand it's the ranger that silences. It's very hard to it's easy to kind of break the odds in your favor if you know what you're doing with the classes right now. But this is part of balancing. It's gonna take quite a while. We will commit to that, so we need to test out a lot every class. But to get the final experience, this is gonna take a solid while to get there.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we are waiting for the queue to accept, but I think we are getting flooded with a lot of requests to the queue. This is probably some sort of a bug that we definitely need to look at to see what is happening when we get a little bit over flooded. But yeah, in the meantime, guys, let's align. Let's take a picture together here at the Sacred Order site. What do you think? What do you think, chat?
It's gonna be lovely. I'm already in the game, so Sally can join you for the picture.
Yeah, definitely. Come along.
Yeah, but I'm in the game.
Yeah, I also go in the game. Are we in the same game, me and you?
No.
Are you Sacred
I'm
Order or
already-
Domination?
I'm Domination, but I already went in like 3 minutes ago.
Ah, okay. Okay, I just entered so I can play through the Abu's favorite history-accurate class code, Knight. And as he loves to say, if I press 2 buttons and destroy you, this is history-accurate and we should never touch this.
Of course, unfortunately, we will have to balance the classes, but I would love to get the Retribution Paladin from Raphael Lich King that he would just press Divine Storm and win the Battleground. It's the best Paladin experience. By the way, yeah, about auto-attacking, there is a reason why we
Oh
removed
my God.
auto-attacking.
Yes,
What?
explain this why I am trying to fight this huge
Yes.
domination bunch
So,
of people.
auto-attacking is...
Oh my
one thing-
God!
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Oh my God!
Did you turn on the
Okay,
sheets or
sorry.
something? I saw it.
Jesus Christ!
That was one time, you know. Oh
Yeah.
my God! Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Ah!
Okay, that was oh my God.
That was
but-
nice.
No,
That
okay,
was
you were,
nice.
but you didn't heal. You should have healed. If you had,
Yes.
had you
Yeah,
healed,
yeah.
you would have done it again.
You know,
Um,
I'm just YOLO. Let's.
Yes, yeah, you're getting carried away by the holy power.
Definitely.
Yeah,
this
to
is so much
answer
fun.
the question about the auto attack. So we removed the auto attack for a very simple reason. Auto attack, it's something that takes away agency from the player. Let me explain what does it like. What do we mean by that? When you right click in World of Warcraft, when you right click on an enemy and you start auto attacking, that means that every X second, text will say the damage has happened. You don't have to actually connect a blow. You don't actually. You have to be like within range of the enemy, but not really, depending on the server. That's it. It's pretty much a transposition of text-based combat from turn-based almost to the 3D world, to a real-time world. There's no agency on how you miss the strike, how you actually land a hit, on whether what you can do about it. Like, if the auto attack is triggering, you get the damage. Deal with it. There's nothing you can do. Shift a bit away from that. This doesn't mean that we're doing a full action combat. We want to make sure, and by the way, this also goes to our philosophy, that level 1 character versus level 1 goblin, no skills, should already be a fun experience.
Definitely.
Like, you should not, because this is one of the issues with most top target games, World of Warcraft included. When you started the game, level 1 in Northshire Abbey, and you had to fight against a wolf, you simply had to wait for the enemy to die before you unlock, like very early on, when you had to unlock Heroic Strike. Because it was not fun. It gets fun later, but it was simply not fun. Our objective here, and again, this is gonna take some tuning, some work. This also means, of course, that we need to take away as much also like the auto stuff needs to be taken away for you to actually make a meaningful option.
That
So
was
if
a
I do a sword
huge.
strike,
Yeah, go ahead.
no,
I'm enjoying the
you-
game.
sorry, I'm taking some time to answer because I know this is a point of
Definitely.
contention. Yeah, the idea is that if you're like doing a sword strike, are within range of the sword strike has connected. If not, the sword strike has not connected. The pretty much it. Like the rotation still stands. The rotational skill still stands. However, you don't get this background damage that just happens because you right-clicked on an enemy. It's unfamiliar. If you've been playing World of Warcraft and mostly World of Warcraft for the past 20 years, it's absolutely not familiar. I totally get it. But it's simply a slightly different philosophy of, just handling combat. It is also will pile up with mobility skills, with being able to block with a shield. Like, this is all stuff that is coming up. But we want to make sure that the combat just that doesn't just happen because a timer said so.
It just takes the
If you don't-
control away
Exactly.
from you. Not that we cannot easily say click a thing in the interface settings, for example, and just make sure that every time it just goes and do that for you. If you're that type of a player, be my guest. We can always put it as a setting, but this shouldn't be the default that you experience from the game. We want to keep you engaged with the game.
Absolutely. And again, this also means that even if you enable auto combo,
Mhm.
this means that if you are not within range, you're spamming your sword strike, but if nothing happens, if the enemy is not within your sword strike range, nothing really happens. Was like Hunter's Mark. Yes, the skill 5 is the Hunter's Ashes, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
Yeah.
by
Which is a
default,
speed
if not
boost.
switched.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Hunter Ashes, yeah.
Yeah. Hunter's Mark would be more like, was it to greater chance to hit and critical on the enemy?
Oh my god.
It's
No, I
almost-
don't think. I think it is speed boost. At that stage, we had plans to buff it up with a little bit of a crit in the future. But in the current version where we are playing, I think it is just the speed boost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a
absolutely.
movement speed, yes. Yes, I confirm.
So guys, let us know what do you think about the Battleground mode that we are playing right now. This is some sort of a mixture between a typical MMORPG Battleground where you just basically have an objective and you go and you fight for it. But here we are taking a little bit of a different approach. We enter with a certain set of gear that is droppable, that is not your progression gear. This is a little bit like a Fortnite approach of a battleground type. So let us know what do you think about this game mode and what you would like to see in the future. Like what would be the next battle mode that you really enjoy? Let us know in the chat. This is the purpose of the today's stream, after all.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's another question from Comodum. I hope each class, well, it's not a question really. I hope each class has many ways to make her character more like us. For example, a wizard with various elements, power, skills for them. Every class has 3 subclasses, and as you can see, having a limited slot amount, this means that you can specialize and improve specific skills over others. Just pick your better loadout.
Oh my god! Oh my god! 3 to 1. And now I need to run. Now I need to run.
You gotta run. They will watch and see where you are.
Now I need to run.
Yes. By the way, for Tech Green, looting gear is a specific mechanic of this battleground. There's gonna be some other game modes which gonna have this, looting gear mechanic. It's not, you don't drop your gear, it's not RuneScape. You don't drop your gear upon death. regularly in the game.
Yeah, the well-known progression but type of battleground, which are very widely seen in MMORPGs like World of Warcraft, for example, where whatever you have equipped before the battleground is the gear that you go inside the battleground, and you don't drop it, you don't lose it. Of course, you can always create the hardcore mode, whatever you have inside, and you drop it. But let us know in the chat. Do you want such a monster of a battleground mode? This
Oh,
is
that would
gonna
be
be a
fun, though.
huge. To play
Yes.
this, you need to have like a lot of courage, not to say what kind of other circular shapes you need to possess.
Absolutely. Let's say backbone. Let's say
Yes,
you
let's
need
say it
guts.
that way. Let's say it that way.
Is there gonna be the holy trinity of tank, healer, DPS? Yes, I would say yes. Benny, would you say yes? The holy
Definitely,
trinity, tank, healer, DPS.
definitely.
But I would also add it's not gonna be as clear cut in terms of the guy just standing in front of the dragon with a shield up all the time, and the guy spamming healing all the time, and that's it. Again, mobility is gonna be important. Being able to avoid attack. Let me give an example. The way we're envisioning certain fights, if a dragon is charging a fire-breathing attack, you are raising your shield and you are in front of that, just fucking melts you, man. You can be the best tank on the planet. You need to really get away from the bread attack. Just leave. Because in World of Warcraft, the point is that you just drink your coffee while you keep your shield up, and you just, go AFK while you just leave, the birdie thing on the taunt, on the taunt button. Just that's tanking in a nutshell. We want to add some more spice to that, so positioning is gonna be also important.
I don't know, but domination is really dominating. Every single game that I participated right now, this is the first time that I played from the Sacred Order, and this is the first lose. So, guys, Sacred Order, come on, guys. Is there no mighty barons inside or something like this? Let's group up. Let's make a win here.
Well, after you said this for the knight, I always see knights, to be honest. Like, people are like, oh yeah, no, I'm playing the knight. I'm switching.
I mean, you play the Sacred Order. The sacred part is very important.
Yep. And that's why
Yes.
I see a lot of knights out there as well. Human knights. From the first glance, at least, what Vanya is showing.
So I think there are several people in the chat that actually take very well the idea of a hardcore mode battleground, where you basically go there with the progression gear that you have, and if you die, and whatever happens, if they loot you, they loot you, but you can also do the same. So this is kind of interesting to see how players react to this, because I was always kind of afraid to delve into that hardcore mode of the battleground. Imagine if somebody just goes by a mistake there.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And no, we cannot add bots right now for the simple reason that, as we're saying, AI is gonna be one of the next one of the things we're working on right now. To have bots, you actually need AI. So unfortunately, we would have already, if we had the tech immediately available, we would have already to let everybody play. We're implementing AI right now, so
Yes.
yeah. To answer Misubi, the classes, yes, every class has 3 subclasses. So at some point you can decide which subclass you want to play. It's not like one class, it's it. And the subclasses are not just the talent tree. Like they're 3 completely different fantasies, like class fantasies. So they will play fairly differently from each other.
I'm having quite a blast over here, but I got blasted.
Yes.
Man, domination is dominating. They are
Yeah,
true to their name. They are true to their name.
Indeed, they are. By the way, the combo Frost Nova plus the Elemental Beam, it's at the moment it's stupidly good.
Yes.
Because for now, and by the way, I don't think this is gonna stay like this. Fortunately, you can stack slow, which means that you can slow 100% if you use both debuffs right now,
Yeah.
Oh
which is
wow.
insane. Um,
They on the PTR servers with the private PTR servers that we have on for the development side of things. I had a very interesting playthrough with the game designers. They were basically playing with the majority of the spell systems, and they created such fun combinations that you could not even imagine. So I'm really looking forward to see what our fellow game designers will put up together to see for the next iteration of the classes and improvements, because what we have achieved so far with our current combat system, basically every mechanic, everything that you see, is it going to be an aura, is it going to be area emitter, whatever it's gonna be, it's very modular. So basically you can create such a combinations that can create huge overly powered spells. But that's really cool because it really sets no limit for the game designer. Whatever they think, they can actually create themselves, so they can really quickly iterate and provide more and more and more content. Of course, Abo and the team here should be around to provide the new cool looking VFXs, the animations, so everything stays well connected and visually well represented. But I think we are really going in a future where Scars of Honor will be iterating extremely fast over its content, and it will provide a lot of different options for the players. In that sense, for us, it's extremely important to be engaged with our community and to know what you guys like and what you would love to see. So, current stream today is actually something that is a thing that we appreciate a lot, and your time with us is like dream come true. But we would love to do it quite more often than that. After all, if we are making a game from the community for the community, we should be together with you guys, right? So that's the best way of developing Scars of Honor, and I couldn't be more thankful for all of the support that you guys are showing throughout the years. And we see the numbers growing and growing and growing, which just makes me happy, and I can say nothing else more.
Yeah, and make sure to share all of your thoughts, negative, positive, whatever you think about the game. Just be absolutely transparent, and we would value that, honestly.
Definitely. That's the only way
Yeah.
we can grow. From several of the previous tests, we have seen a lot of players commenting about the old graphics of the game, and this was always one of our top priorities to improve and to make better. And we have proven to you guys that we are capable to do so in many different ways. Well, one example is the graphics. Many complained about the combat system, the old combat system, and yet today we see something that is completely different from what it was. It's not final by any means. This is not something that it's gonna look like this once the game is complete. But this is a very good stage of the combat system at based on the state of the game, which Scars of Honor is currently at.
Absolutely.
That was
And
good. That felt good.
yes, indeed.
My God!
You saying that felt good when I was dying did not feel good.
Man, this really can make you feel good.
Yes, that like I think the combat system is gonna come out amazing.
Oh
Again,
yes.
an agency, agency is a big part of it. Agency is gonna be a big part. Like, it's your victory. It's not a dice roll. It's your victory because you've been the most skillful player, and this is gonna be important. But also in PVE, guys. PVE should not just
Extremely
be,
important.
exactly. Should not be just rotating the skills in front of the boss.
Oh my God! Did I just single-handedly overtook the whole
Jesus.
point?
Yes. Again, this is lore accurate.
This is war accurate. Knight and Paladin in the history was always the best, and now we're gonna be wrecked by one.
Absolutely.
So what were you saying
Oh
again,
yes,
Rainy?
Here we are. Here we are. Man, tell me, is this not fun? Tell me, is this not
yes.
fun?
This is the best
Even
kind
I
of a
mean, even
twist.
losing. Come on, even losing is fun. Like even
Oh
losing is
yeah,
still like
yeah, yeah.
super. Is still super exciting because the battle can turn like the tide of the battle can turn very quickly like at a dime, and it's cool. Ooh, oh my god, double! It's a double phoenix. They just nuked you
Yes.
from orbit.
Oh my god.
I love to see how people quickly learned of every single one of those spells, using them just the way it should,
Yes.
and even going overboard
Man, you
with
can
what they
really
have.
say that
Yeah.
we are playing against good players
Oh
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
like right away kicking in inside the game and they own it, man.
Oh yeah.
This is really good. This says a lot. This says a lot about our community, and I of course get wrecked again. Again and again. Guys, I told you at the beginning of the stream, don't humiliate me. This is my game, my stream. Don't do this to me, and yet you're destroying me over and over and over again.
This is the magic of an MMO.
Oh
Exactly. I'm
yeah.
having so much fun. It's such a blast.
By the way, how can we help the poor people that
Of the
are
Sacred Order.
yeah, not only them, but how we can help the poor people that can never find a 5v5 match on the PTR? Is there something we can do for those poor people that cannot always find five people? Like I know another nine people to play with. Is there anything we can do, Vanny?
Definitely. Definitely we can do quite a lot, but I'm so much occupied at the game right now. So basically if you ask a million from me, I'll give it.
I
Okay,
think
can I have
that
a
was the time,
million,
guys. I
please?
think that was the time. Please, that was the time.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask all over the place. Like, no, not a problem at all. Like, yes, they may be occupied playing the game, including myself, but we're watching the chat, so we'll be absolutely happy to answer more questions regarding the game or anything
No, you're
else.
not asking me that.
I was like, you're talking to me? No, you're not. I was like, what?
No. I said, as I said, I'm so into the
Funny.
game.
What do you
Alright.
mean, Benny? You would make a great streamer. You're already engaging with the people. Oh no, you don't. And then you just fuck them up.
I said at the beginning, I'm the worst possible streamer. I'm relatively
Yeah.
good developer, but for streamer, no.
By the way, is there a way to open an NA server today? I don't think it's such an easy
No.
operation to set up the NA server right now. We will definitely. I think there's gonna be the NA server. Like we're gonna re-enable. Like we're gonna add the NA server soon enough. Today, it's not really possible. Also for the people, of course, another good thing in the nearby future is that as soon as we have the PvE experience, no dates, no promises yet on the timing, of course, but you will be able to.
Guys,
Sorry,
let's
it's really
gather
late
up
here.
right now. Let's gather up on the Sacred Order side because they lost a lot of games. Let's gather up there and let's create a picture like with many people online. So everybody who is inside, just leave the queue and come Sacred Order side.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Let's create a great picture together. Let's create a great picture together and share it after the stream.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. I'm logging in back in a second.
Yeah, some people have to go right now. It's probably because also it's getting quite late. Before more people go, I also want to thank everyone. I think this has been extremely fun stream, like interacting with the people and playing together. Absolutely a pleasure it was. Is the test gonna stay? Is the test gonna stay open, Benny?
Yes, we are gonna leave it open for the night for everybody who participated, so you can continue playing. But in the meantime, whomever is outside of a game, let's come together because I see a lot of people still going inside the battleground, and it's understandable. But if you wanna make a picture together, come by, write/hello, and let's make a beautiful picture together.
I'm logging back in now. And of course,
Yeah.
if you have questions, we take it all. No worries. There's another one. How do you manage the client status for mobiles? Mobile player ask a lot of questions about this, both on social networks and on Discord.
Benny, you may want to pick that one up.
Definitely. Sorry. Let's. What was the question?
So
Mobile
basically-
players.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Go
No, no, okay,
ahead.
sorry. How do you manage the client status for mobiles? I think this is regarding to the launcher and auto update of the clients.
Basically, auto update of the client is handled by the launcher that we have developed, Beast Burst launcher. But as we said in the beginning of the stream, Beast Burst launcher is not finished. Technology is not a finished up quite a lot. How come do we have a domination guy with us?
Yes,
This is again.
Make a
This is
screenshot. Make a screenshot. Make a screenshot. That's memorable. Make a screenshot. Never ask questions. Make a screenshot.
No, this is some of the game designers. I'm pretty sure they're cheating. They're using comments and they are here with us. So definitely,
Hey,
this
I mean,
is a game
props to the game
designer.
designers, you know.
But this is so cool. The
He should be in the
domination guy.
middle.
Come at the middle, but they're gonna
they're
destroy
killing
him. They're
him.
gonna destroy him, of course.
They're like,
yeah,
"Oh,
one
you're
domination
out of the
guy
picture."
surrounded by.
The Sacred Order got revenged. We just return our glory back. Let me take another beautiful picture because this is a very cool moment. Let me just take another one. Okay. Very good. Very good. So guys, it was such a pleasure to finally sit down and play with you. Many months, many years we have developed Scars of Honor so that we can reach a state where we can say it's stable game at the state it is. And it was. We played a lot of games together tonight, a lot of players online, and we were absolutely nailing it down. Everything thanks to you guys. Everything thanks to your support and just I am speechless to just express my gratitude how amazing you guys are. Thank you so much. And have a very good time here at Scars of Honor today. I'm gonna stay a little bit more to play more games with you. But the stream will probably end up somewhere around here. But I'll give the word to our lovely host, Greta, so she can close it off. Thank you once again.
Oh my god, well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the amazing experience and the amazing pictures and the gameplay and everything. And I'm switching off so you can see me on this here screen. Thank you everyone once again. As Vinny said, we're gonna leave the server open for the night so you can continue playing because I can see how many of you are absolutely in love with the game and are getting pretty good at that. So I would like to see even professional tournaments in the future. I have to maybe like ask them to consider that. But regardless, make sure to follow us all over social media. We are also on TikTok. I'm not sure if you guys are using YouTube. I'm not sure if you're using Twitter, Twitch, whatever, Instagram. Like, we are all over the social media. Make sure to follow us. Links you're gonna find right beneath in the box and about us. And of course, don't forget, keep the notifications active, keep an eye on your emails, because if something exciting is happening, we are gonna let you know. And I will see you personally on the next stream. Up until then, slay and go back to the battlegrounds because we need you guys. Thank you so much and have a good one.